Well, greetings, Sigma race fans. We are getting ready here tonight for some USA Trucks West action. And tonight we are racing at Fontana. The now extinct Fontana, obviously, but we get to keep it alive here in NASCAR Racing 2003. So the Wild West 150 with the USA Trucks West Division. And your starting lineup, we've got at the front row there, Billy Lovejoy and Borat Sagdiev. Next row back, we've got the 20 of Barry Earwall alongside the 94 of Paul Ladino. And it's Campbell Marsh and Rich Roy, Asiel Escobar and Noah Hobson, Bailey Parker and Shy Turtle, Miko Kunez and Kyler Sustre. The 87 of Walker Bacon alongside John Brinker, Matthew Huber and Jack Davis, Matt Yard and Santi Messi, Gabe McDuffie and Daniel Voiles, Taylor Cording and Spinham Walker, Jamie McMurphy and David Dixon, Casey Nonico and Chasey Plays, Jimmy West and Luis Rodriguez, Kat Durham and Paul Tabarini, Lucas Holmes and Mark Walker, Jonathan Sheridan and Donovan Heist, Dale Bush. I will get some of these trucks organized because I do realize that Dale Bush is no longer in the 06 truck. And this will be his last run here on the West Coast because I believe his truck that he's joined is on the East Coast going forward here. So then we've got Chris Jeremio Roach, Jason So, Jakov Rosovich, and Zach Magoon with Davian West rounding out the field here tonight.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Making a note of that now so I don't forget, the 06 truck needs to be dropped from the West Coast. I am still very much behind schedule for this week. I have not had a chance to get all the open wheel cars finished up for Saturday's Sigma Elite Challenge. Very unique series that we got going on. First year, it's the inaugural season of the Sigma Elite Challenge. And yeah, so we'll have open wheelers to, already got someone with a mechanical failure, a blown engine. 13 of Miko Kunez blows it up before the race even starts. Tough break, looks like he's gonna probably pull it to a stop before the start-finish line even. Green flag waves, stays green at the moment. Tough break for Miko Kunez though, who's got the tow truck sent him back to pit road. Billy Lovejoy has the advantage on Barry Earwall going into turn 3, but Earwall's got that inside line, and here he is, peeking his nose out front from the number 2 truck. Barry Earwall's going to take the lead, and he'll lead lap number 1 here tonight. With the pole, unfortunately, the number 2 of Lovejoy did not get a lap lead to start this race. Moving up into second, that is the 65 of Asiel Escobar. And up to third now, Paulo Ladino. Well, it shows that the 13 led that lap, which is clearly a mistake. I will make sure to adjust that in the scoring, because once the tow truck pulled him around, it credited him with a lead lap, which is very false. And also, the fastest lap in the race is also null and void because it treated his tow truck lap as a complete lap on the racetrack, which is just weird. Never had that happen before in NR2003. Glitch. It looks like the internet's going to be a little bit choppy here today, folks, so just hold tight with us. It'll buffer, and then it'll come back, and then it'll buffer, and then it'll come back. I don't think I'm going to lose it completely, so as long as y'all are aware, internet's a little bit choppy on my end, but we'll make it through. So race leader, Barry Earwall, that number 20 machine, still looking for his first career win, but joining a team that knows how to park it in victory lane. Trevor Venture is a very solid team, very strong, very consistent, very powerful, and he's going to have to defend against another Toyota right behind him. That is Osiel Escobar duking it out for the lead here. Just another spot back. That is the 11 of Matthew Hubert for Reemergence Racing. 3 wide with your leaders. Osiel's got the advantage, and then the 11 of Hubert's coming through. How about the number 08 of West? That is Jimmy West in the 08 machine. And Shy Turtle charging up into the top 5. Top 10 he is now. He's almost in the top 5, not quite. Good push here from the number 8 machine of Campbell Marsh. So 150 miles the distance here tonight in the Wild West 150. These USA Truck West Divisioners, they're looking to have a solid night here tonight. Should be at least one round of pit stops, and then here we go, another swap for the lead. That is the 08 of Jimmy West. Campbell Marsh did not actually lead a lap there as Jimmy West jumps to the top spot. He's looking to lead. And alrighty, we're almost 4 wide going into turn 1 here. This could spell trouble. 3 wide, stuck at the high side there. Hubert gets shuffled out. Palladino gets shuffled out. Whoa, and the 65 is spinning. Oh, hard hit in the outside wall. We're going to let them race back to the start-finish line, and we'll get a replay up for everyone. That looks like it could have been a big one, folks. The fact that these are your drivers here driving away from it shows that they're the ones safe and sound from the drama behind them. So it looked like the hardest part was for Osiel Escobar here. Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming. 3 and 4 wide, going through the turns. That is the 7 right there behind the Spin'em Walker. Spin'em just hooks him hard. Hooks Osiel right on the exit of the turn. Osiel had nothing he could have done differently. It was nothing he did wrong. Bacon gets into it, plays. Ooh, Kyler Sestre with a hard hit. Another hard hit there by Luis Rodriguez. Ooh, Voiles makes that 24 truck flip. And they just come dogpiling in. There's nowhere to go. The track already kind of jammed up there. Wow, that was way far back. So this is where it started, obviously. The 7 of Spin'em Walker just kind of, yeah, 65 tried to correct and get out of the way of the 94. Chasey plays with nowhere to go. Let's see, Gabe McDuffie, he's able to avoid most of the collisions there. Let's follow along with Voiles on his venture here. Alrighty, it looks like that is going to form some retirements here tonight. So, out of the race, it was a big one here at Fontana. We lost, it looks like, about nine trucks here. Miko Kunis, well, 8, because Miko Kunis blew up before the start of the race, so he does not count. But Roach in the number 6 had been involved, the 40 of Chris Jeremio, the 24 of Kyler Sustre, the 48 of Luis Rodriguez, the 81 of Snake Pliskin. Is it Snake in this one? No, Daniel Voiles. Daniel Voiles, the 7 of Spinham Walker, the 06 of Mr. Bush, and the 26, that is Donovan Heist. Race winner on the season, Donovan Heist. At one point, your points leader, but now likely to be a little bit further from that points lead after tonight's drama unfolded. Kind of an interesting place to get a wreck here tonight. You don't often see a wreck on the entrance of the backstretch like that. So definitely a tough place to pile them up at, and we keep on rolling with now 8 less trucks left in the race here. All right, here we go. Back and rolling here tonight at Fontana. The 08 with a slow start. Jimmy West does not get going here. That gives Shy Turtle the advantage, the jump on the restart there to get the lead. The 08 getting it figured out, getting settled in now and trying to catch back up to the 80. The 2, Billy Lovejoy, showing back up. 3 wide for 5th place on back. Pretty tight battles all the way throughout the field here tonight. Billy Lovejoy looks low and makes it 3, 4 wide. 4 wide for 3rd place. Holy cow. 3 wide for the lead. That's a wreck. That's a wreck. We're going to see Oh, man, and they're going to come dogpiling in again. Well, they're lucky it didn't take out more than 3 trucks there. Whoa. Well, number 2 on the night. Second caution. This one, we're going to make it a little bit quicker. No reason to have a long caution here. Well, this is USA Trucks racing action here tonight, folks. Sometimes it just gets a little bit more rowdy than usual. Let's watch Gabe McDuffie and see how he fares getting through the chaos here. Yeah, I gave him a little love tap. The 20 of Barry Earwall, just a little love tap. 4 wide, yeah, it was just not bound to work. I don't know how bad that hit was on the 03. Hopefully not too bad. You know, the 20 looks really rough. Tough break for the 08 as well. I mean, he had a truck competitive to fight for the win here tonight. And just gets turned into the outside wall. And tough night for Tyler Aspinall Racing too. And the 45 David Dixon now gets caught up in one, just like his teammate Donovan Heist did for caution number 1. So we're only 15 laps, make that 16 laps in now, and we've seen a lot of side-by-side racing, and we've seen 2 decent-sized wrecks here tonight. Kind of a change from the normal, since we've been pretty much caution-free for the last several weeks of USA Trucks West competition. Kind of a fresh relief to see some hard racing where it actually turns into mistakes being made. But a lot of racing still to go. 59 laps. There's a lot that could unfold. Even those that were involved in the second caution here, they could still bounce back. You can see more trucks get knocked out. We can see some more big wrecks here tonight. Fontana is always a tough track to tangle with. Billy Lovejoy in second, yet to win a race this season. Third place, Cat Durham, who had just won his race at Phoenix last month. And then that's the 18 of Noah Hobson. Quite the jumping around for him, and finally landing with a top-tier team such as LFG Motorsports. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do for that number 18 Honda Ridgeline truck there. That's the 80 of Al Bunch Incorporated with Shy Turtle. Shy Turtle's been a race winner here in the Truck Series last year, and he's looking to be a stout contender week in, week out. So do not count out Shy Turtle here tonight. He could potentially surprise us. 88, Casey Nautico. She's still never won in Sigma Racing, but that Pokemon truck looks strong here tonight. She's got a good top 10 at the moment. Then Paul Tabarini in 7th, Borat Sagdiev in 8th, Lucas Holmes in 9th, Mark Walker 10th. And then you got Rich Roy, Jamie McMurphy, Jakov Rosovich, Taylor Cording, and Bailey Parker, your top 15. Matt Yard, John Brinker, Jason So, Davian West, Campbell Marsh, your top 20. Osceola Escobar mid-pack in 21st right now, Jack Davis, Chasey Plays, Zach Magoon, Paul Ladino, Jonathan Sheridan, Gabe McDuffie, 27th. Walker Bacon, David Dixon, Santi Messi, your top 30. Then Jimmy West, Barry Earwall, 2 of your drivers that had been running up front all night so far. Barry Earwall's got the hood removed off that number 20 truck, so we'll see if it runs as smooth or fast as it once was. We'll get back to green here on lap 18. 2 cautions now complete. Hopefully we can get some racing in before we get too many cautions rattled out here. Lights are off on the pace truck, and they're doubled up coming through turn 3. The exit of turn 4. The truck will pull off and we'll get back to racing here at Fontana. The Wild West 150. And here we go in the restart zone right about now. We're rolling. Good start by Billy Lovejoy on the outside. Here he comes right around the outside, right up against the wall. That number 2 truck wants to get the lead back. Not yet has he led a lap here tonight, but he would like to change that in his favor. Number 11 of Hubert goes high, cuts off the run from the number 2. And you'd think they would have learned by now not to go 3 and 4 wide this early on, but here we are. 3 by 3 they come, rolling into turn 3. Three wide, maybe 4 wide if the 78 of Brinker sticks his nose in there. They settled better of it. There's a wreck waiting to happen with a wow, mid-pack. There's a battle for the lead. That is Mark Walker taking the lead away from the 22 of Cat Durham. What a charge from the 21 machine. I don't know where he came from. He was deep in the field. I thought outside the top 10. And here he is leading the race. And that is the number 4 there of Bailey Parker and the 8 of Campbell Marsh. Taylor Cording, and here comes Gabe McDuffie now up into the top 10 again. And a little bit of nose damage ain't slowing him down as he's rolling back into the top 10. Gabe McDuffie right there on the low side. Here he is coming with a good push by the 45. And that's Seattle Super Bowl champions Seahawks Dodge Ram. Still looking for a good finish this season, and perhaps maybe a little bit of luck here tonight could get him a good finish. Here he is back nearly into the top 5. Leading the way, it's Mark Walker. 3 wide for second place. That's the 50 of Taylor Cording. And here comes Gabe McDuffie. Up to 3rd now. Here he is sticking that nose on the low side. This could be a very resilient run from the 03 machine. Gabe McDuffie gets involved in the 2nd caution of the night. Here we are. He's already up to 3rd and looking for more. Look at that. Goes low on Taylor Cording. Has a good run on the inside. That 21 truck, though, has the advantage. But McDuffie has a better advantage, rolling that momentum on the low side, carrying it to the lead. Now McDuffie's going to have to defend, hold that lead so he can get a lap led before anyone else charges by him. Gabe McDuffie's going to hold on going into turn 3. On the exit of turn 4 will be the big telltale if he's going to lead it or not. There he goes. He's going to lead a lap here tonight at Fontana. The 03 Dodge Ram gets the lap led in the book. Bonus points for that and everything. What a crazy turnaround, I must say, to get involved in wreck number 2. When you were running 14th, you were involved in the wrecks. That means he would have had to restart at least deeper in the field than 14th. Probably restarted nearly dead last, and somehow found his way through all the traffic to take the lead there on lap 23. And here comes Shy Turtle. Jamie McMurphy leads that lap. Paul Ladino in the midst of it as well. At least we're settling in for a decent green flag run here after that the double whammy caution that we had, back-to-back cautions. Good run from Matthew Huber. Osiel Escobar back in the mix. He was involved in one of those wrecks as well. And luckily for Osiel, it doesn't seem like it's slowing up his truck one bit either. So the big factor here tonight, if you get a little bit of damage, doesn't seem to factor in a whole lot because both Gabe McDuffie and Osiel Escobar racing like they don't have a single scratch on their truck here tonight. Osiel's got to run. We'll go ahead and DQ Santi Messi as his lap speeds are way off the pace. He's nearly 5 seconds off the pace. And that's Shy Turtle leading the way over Osiel Escobar and the 11 of Matthew Hubert. And here comes Mark Walker back through the field. Gabe McDuffie still hanging in the top 6 there. He's right behind Matt Yard, making a move below Matt Yard. Get back into the top 5 for the number 03 machine. 4 wide in the background, I see. Waiting to happen, it looks like a wreck yet again, but not this lap. Mid-pack gets pretty sketchy here at Fontana. The speeds they carry is what makes it hard to race side by side. 3 and 4 wide at 200 miles an hour is just a recipe for disaster. It is such a bitter shame that this track had to be demolished, and they promised us a short track that I doubt we'll ever see. More than likely not see the light of day with a short track at the Fontana site. And even if it was, I don't think it would even come close to matching some of the races that were held here, the original Fontana racetrack. One thing that is true or can never be taken away is the fact that Kyle Busch was the last guy to win a race at Fontana in the real NASCAR series. Well, now it's about 30 laps in with 45 laps to go. Still going to be at least 1 round of pit stops if we stay green flag all the way through. Looking at 4 wide, but decided better of it, as probably should, because that could have been a mess to sort out. 4 wide down the backstretch, and that's going to be Gabe McDuffie on the outside, Jack Davis in the mid, with Osiel Escobar on the bottom there now. Matt Yard falls back. It's Shy Turtle leading the way. Actually, it's Al Bunch Incorporated 1-2 as, well, kind of 1-2. Campbell Marsh is right there in second and third, falling back now to 4th. But Shy Turtle putting on a decent run here during this stint of the race. we got to DQ a couple other trucks that are not meeting adequate race pace here tonight. Walker Bacon and Barrier Wall, unfortunately, with the damage sustained, nowhere near competitive here tonight after that. So they're going to have to go home, park it in the garage here tonight, and fight next race when they get back out on track. Shy Turtle leads, swapped it around there with Matthew Hubert there for a moment. Here comes Rich Roy on Noah Hobson for second place. Side by side for second, and then Matthew Hubert kind of just nosing his way in there to make it 3 wide for second place. Matthew Hubert 4 wide, maybe even for second place. Wow, 4 or 5 wide nearly. Where is all of a sudden the 86 of Paul Tavarini shows up out of nowhere, taking advantage of that 4 wide scuffle, and he's up to third. 31 gets a low on him, pushes him up high. But Paul Tabarini now in the mix here at the front of the field. They just cannot stop with the 3 and 4 wide here tonight. They're going to try it again going into turn 2, turn 1. 4 wide on the exit of turn 2 nearly. Gabe McDuffie now gets around the 86 of Tabarini. Halfway through the race here tonight, 38 laps in, 37 to go. Here comes Tabarini again. 4 wide going into turn. Wow, yeah, that does not work, and they have not figured that out because that just opens up a can of worms each time, bringing that inside line ever closer to the front when they get 4 wide. 3 wide in turn 3. Yeah, I'm going to be saying that all night. 3 and 4 wide, it seems to be the case here. These trucks are laying it out there on the line. Hard racing, aggressive racing. Are we going to get 5 wide? 4 wide for sure. Damn. Whoa, and they're glued together in the turn. Luckily, the 31 did not lose it there. You could see you could barely even slip a piece of paper between the 2 of those trucks. That's how tight together they were. I think tonight the big deal is going to be trying to survive. Just to survive the chaos and the craziness. Do not get yourself in a wreck. Fortunately, Jonathan Sheridan will receive the DQ flag here tonight as well. Whoa, man, they are so close. It's crazy. Look at the top 2 trucks are now taking over Tabarini and Gabe McDuffie. Where in the world they found the momentum to carry it all the way to the front here? They were shuffled back and moved to the front and then shuffled back and then all the way up to the front again. They do not learn, man. They are waiting to wreck every lap around here. But these truckers, they keep on giving it their all, putting it 4 wide into the turns. Not showing an ounce of fear here. The fear it'll catch up to them once they find themselves in a scenario where they can't save it. But so far, so good. Everyone's just been racing very aggressively. Still looking for lap lead here, I think. Look at Billy Lovejoy with no laps led still, so he's still seeking to get a lap lead. has a shot here. Another truck we got a DQ is the 51. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's been a bit of a fiasco here tonight. Some great racing, though, nonetheless. The Bullet Club, that is kind of neat, actually. Shot out of a cannon club might even work, too. We do have some pit stops going down. That is Matt Yard, Noah Hobson, and Taylor Courting. And with 30 laps to go, that might give them just enough fuel to make it to the finish here tonight. Oh, and we got a caution. They pitted at almost the wrong time. It might actually be a blessing. Oh no. The 03 of Gabe McDuffie was maybe involved in a wreck here. Yeah, it looks like it. Him and Tabarini both with nowhere to go. Ah, man. maybe we go with the Bullet Boys. Definitely the aggressors here tonight, but some great racing nonetheless. And I just feel like McDuffie could have gave the 11 a little bit more room there. Matthew Hubert, we've already seen, even with a little bit of damage, those two trucks are very fast. So I would not rule them out by any means. The game says 50 laps on a run, so I think everyone should be good to go to the finish here. One round of pit stops to kind of settle it all. It's actually a really well-timed caution here to give us all another chance to reset and reshuffle. Billy Lovejoy comes with the lead. We'll see if he can maintain the lead on pit exit. Once pit stops are done, we get back out there. It's probably going to come down to about 26 laps on the restart. Osceola Escobar is going to be able to beat the two off pit road. Osceola Escobar gets the advantage on the number 2. Those that pitted just prior, they're going to be staying out here, and I think they might be able to inherit the lead, if I'm not mistaken, as long as they didn't go a lap down. Now it looks like they fell a lap down, unfortunately, so we'll go ahead and wave them. So that will get the lead back to Osceola Escobar. Which, let's see, what in the world did he do differently than all the other leaders when he came down for his pit stop? 2 tires. We don't see that very often in NR2003. A big strategy call, taking only 2 tires. A 2-tire stop sometimes makes it pay off. We all know how it paid off for Denny Hamlin in the... He should have taken 2 tires instead of 4 to win the championship kind of thing. So we'll see. Osceola maybe with a big brain move here. Try and steal a win tonight. Time will tell in 25 laps whether or not it can pay off or if he's going to be kicking rocks at the end of the night. Leading them to the restart as soon as we get back green. It'll be Osceola Escobar, Billy Lovejoy, and Rich Roy, an interesting trio at the front of the field. Jakov Rosevich in the 000 truck, the 94 of Paul Ladino, and Jamie McMurphy. Followed by Jack Davis, John Brinker, and Campbell Marsh. Race winner at the opener this season at Armory Digital Superspeedway, that is Borat Sagdiev. Followed by Casey Nanako, Bailey Parker, Mark Walker, and Chasey Plays. Then you've got Lucas Holmes, Jason So, Kat Durham, race winner at Phoenix, Shy Turtle, Paul Tabarini, Davian West, David Dixon, Matthew Hubert, Gabe McDuffie, Matt Yard, Noah Hobson, Taylor Cording, and Jimmy West. I apologize that I haven't gotten your new paint scheme put together in Bridge to Cup yet. I know that you were wanting a new paint scheme after that race at Dover. I haven't had the time to actually get back into my paint routines. I'm still trying to get all the open wheelers painted so that we can run our race on Saturday. And I'm really hoping I don't have to postpone or delay that because I just have not had enough time to get all of those final touches figured out. So we'll make sure it happens. It'll get done. It'll be maybe at a pivotal point in the season or something. Alrighty, lights are off on the pace truck. 25 laps will be the reset here. 50 of 75 lap. Let's see who is the fastest lap here tonight. Not the 13 of Miko Kunez. Currently the 7 of Spinham Walker with a 37.549. Second fastest, it is Shy Turtle at a 37.557. Much appreciated. I'll definitely do it when I'm free. And I've got a couple other outstanding requests that I still have to work on. So yeah, no, I'll make sure to take my time on it so that it comes out looking prim and proper rather than rush it. So we're getting back to racing here tonight. Osceola Escobar and Billy Lovejoy. Lovejoy with a great jump on the outside. He's going to lead that lap. Go 4 wide into the turn. Campbell Marsh, or actually no, that's Jamie McMurphy in the red and yellow truck. Very akin to the other red and yellow truck out there, the Buc-ee's Campbell Marsh. And Rich Roy is going to get the lead for a moment, but Campbell Marsh wants it here. Look at that. Gabe McDuffie back in the top 10. He is not going anywhere here tonight, folks. Whoa, 4 wide. They're sandwiched in like sardines. 5 wide. Ooh, boy. Where did they not wreck? How in the world did they make that through? Paul Tabarini following right in tail. Definitely working alongside buddies there to get themselves up through the field. Man, what a wild race this has been for them. They've been involved, or at least, for example, Gabe McDuffie's been involved in 2 of the 3 cautions here tonight. And here he is. He's charging back into the top 5. They might be wrecking around him again before it's over. So, I mean, it seems like he's a magnet for that kind of action here tonight. I don't know how these trucks keep sorting it out without causing a big, ginormous pileup. And it gets to be 4 and 5 wide all the way around the track. Well, now you got about a 6-truck freight train at the front of the field right now. Dude, the 18? How in the hell did Noah Hobson come from nearly dead last to the lead? Okay, this facilitates a full-blown pause. Look at this run. We've got to highlight this for a minute. 25th, the restart. We'll just follow along until it gets back to the pause part of the race. But this right here has got to be a monumental charge that you've never seen before. The sheer velocity this 18 truck makes it 4 wide here. Right there ahead of him, it's 5 wide right in the middle of it there. And he sticks it in there 5 wide as well. Keeps it rolling. Look at that. It only took him 3 laps to come from 25th up into the top 5. And even then, it only took him a couple more corners left, and I think he's going to have the lead. So from 25th to the lead in the span of 3 laps. That right there is amazing. It looks like he has fresher tires or something to get that kind of a run. Wow. Okay, folks. I mean, at this point, it's really anyone's game. It's hard to say that even a truck that's tailing the field couldn't make it back through the field just like that. Yeah, this is just proof that Fontana is a superb track to hold races at. You get some very crazy, very unusual scenarios that pan out, and we're getting a little bit more of that here tonight than we bargained for. Alrighty, 20 laps to go for Noah Hobson at the lead here. Things are settling down just a little bit, just a wee bit. Dude, those two are just, they're just making it 4 wide everywhere they go. Paul Taberni and Gabe McDuffie. Here comes Borat Sagdiev into the picture yet again. Jason So right there as well with the Honda Ridgeline. And that is the Holden of Borat Sagdiev for Jonah Burge's race team. 4 wide, there they are again. Whoa, 31 got a little bit loose in the back there on the number 4 truck. Wow, it's kind of settling out into single file running order right now. Of all the racing action, for it to actually settle down with about 15 laps to go would be wild. But there's still a lot of racing left in this field. Most of these drivers do not want to settle. It's been an exciting race through and through, no matter what. No matter who wins tonight, the racing action has more than enticed and excited many here tonight. 15 laps remain. Someone's going to come out on top. Mark Walker right there, making it hard on the 07 truck to hold his line. He's going to drop way low, and then here comes the Jack Daniels 55 of Jason So. 4 wide for second place. They're going to settle in 3 wide for second place. Jason So up to third. Here comes Shy Turtle back towards the front. In the 07, that is Borat Sagdiev. He's going to take the lead away from the 18 of Noah Hobson, who has really just kind of showed up out of nowhere with that speed out of the 18 machine. Very reminiscent of Chaz Chadwick in the years that he ran in this number 18 truck for LFG Motorsports. They, for Chaz Chadwick to have stepped aside was definitely a kind of a weird look for the 18 machine. He had to leave to go race the Sigma Elite Challenge, which requires none of the drivers to be running in the feeder truck series. And Borat Sagdiev with his buddy Shy Turtle right there in tow. Would be pretty wild to have a 1-2 finish with a pair of buddies that know each other all too well. 18 right there with a good push from Campbell Marsh. 18 of Hobson goes low on the 80. The 8 and the 80 teammates with each other. 3 wide for second place. And we're down to 11 laps to go. And Borat holds that lead, and the 18 wants it back. 80, here comes Shy Turtle making a move on his teammate there, Campbell Marsh. Paul Tabarini in the background, you can see him slowly eking his way back into the picture. And Gabe McDuffie, can't get them gone for very long. And it's all been kind of a game of chess. I think they're trying to wait to make their move at the right time. They don't want to get up too far ahead and risk getting shuffled out quicker. So it's been a very slow process of working your way back through the field here. And that's Paul Tabarini's MO, is to try and get back up here and get that lead within the last lap so that he has no worries of being shuffled out at the end of it. Tabarini right there up into the top 5 again. Gabe McDuffie getting shuffled backwards, unfortunately. He got stuck up on the high side. Paul Tabarini, 3 wide for second place. That 86 Dodge Ram looking stout. The Jolly Rancher scheme running strong here tonight. He's got the 07 knocking on the door though. Borat Sagdiev has a great truck here, as does Paul Tabarini. But it seems like Noah Hobson has leaps and bounds ahead of the field right now in the speed category. That 18 truck just looks fast. Paul Tabarini's right there on the back bumper of the 18. Oh, the 07's going to try to make the move for a second. Tabarini's going to get snookered here. Settles back into third. Not bad, not bad. 22 falls in line as well, back to fourth. 07, he's got the momentum. Is he going to be able to carry it around the 18 truck? Whoa, Tabarini's getting shuffled out here by Cat Durham and John Brinker. 8 laps to go. Cat Durham has a win on the season already, as does the 07 of Borat Sagdiev, but the number 18 of Noah Hobson does not. John Brinker also winless this season. Campbell Marsh has wins in Bridge to Cup, but I don't think he's gotten the truck win yet this season. So few very unique names that could earn themselves their first truck win of 2026. Tabarini right there. That Jolly Rancher truck looks good. Down to 6 laps right now. We'll be 5 laps before long. And look at that, the Al Bunch Incorporated Dodge trucks. They're working their way up to the front when it matters the most. Here comes Shy Turtle on the inside of the 18. That Campbell Marsh in the number 8 truck right behind. Paul Tabarini going against all the grain here and staying on that high side. He's going to carry that momentum around the outside. 18's going to block the run, but the 80 opens the door. He's right there. He keeps that 18 at bay, and the 80 of Shy Turtle takes the top spot now. 4 laps to go. You can see the fire, flame shooting out of the pipes here as they let out of the gas. Spitting the gas, burning the gas as they're hauling around the track here today. 200 miles an hour is no joke. Oh, Campbell Marsh is getting crowded into the outside. No bueno, 4 wide for the lead. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes the number 4 of Bailey Parker. We haven't even said his name all night long. 3 laps to go. And we've got new faces looking to take the lead by the end of the race here. Bailey Parker is trying to defend, but Billy Lovejoy is right there. Billy Lovejoy with Osiel Escobar on the inside. And the 21 of Mark Walker, the 22 of Cat Durham, and oh yeah, the 03 of Gabe McDuffie. Yet again, and the 2 of the Bullet Boys get connected up here together. Yeah, it looks like they might. And if those 2 get hooked up, they may fly to the front. Well, the 86 decides to go kind of contrary. Goes high, gets stuck high. But Gabe McDuffie up to 5th. Paul Tabarini made the wrong move, and now he's cycling backwards there. Gabe's under attack too. We're getting down to the end of this one, folks. Only a couple laps left to go. It's going to be quite the battle down to the finish line. They'll see the white flag next time by. Billy Lovejoy wants to get this win. He had the pole position here today and has been fighting tooth and nail to keep the track position. But at the moment, it is the 07 of Borat Sagdiev. Mark Walker up into second. Cat Durham up to third. Rich Roy in fourth. Mark Walker may try to make a move on the front stretch here, but not making it on the back. Well, he's going to go through turn 3 making the move. That's a bold option. Did not see that one panning out, but here they come down the front stretch for the last time here tonight. It might be a photo finish. Who's it going to be at the line? It's the 07 of Borat Sagdiev. Race win number 2 on the season for Borat. And he held that one at the line by the slimmest of margins. As you can see, the margin of victory, 0.03 seconds over Mark Walker. Man, what a wild race this one was here tonight, folks. That one kept me on the edge of my seat even. And I'm surprised we didn't have more wrecks. We only had 3 cautions here tonight. It looked like they were going to wreck almost every single lap around Fontana. But we walk away with only 3 cautions. Pretty light, considering how hard they were racing. But congratulations to Borat Sagdiev, Mark Walker, Cat Durham, Rich Roy, and Billy Lovejoy on their top 5 finish. Noah Hobson, Matthew Hubert, Casey Anonico, Paul Ladino, and Matt Yard with the top 10. Jason So, Paul Tabarini, Taylor Cording, Jakov Rosovich, and Campbell Marsh with their top 15. Jamie McMurphy, Chasey Plays, Osceola Escobar, Jack Davis, and Bailey Parker with the top 20. What a shame for Shy Turtle, Gabe McDuffie. Both had trucks very fast and competitive. They didn't even get a top 20. They finished 21st and 22nd. Does not go to show what they had for speed here today by any means. But it was exciting all the way through from start to finish. We had one stellar race here tonight at Fontana. That one will be memorable for a while. Just the sheer excitement and the chaos all around the racetrack without wrecking. I mean, you could barely slip a piece of paper between most of the trucks out there tonight. That's how tight the battle was from start to finish. That is a wrap here tonight, folks. Ultimately, congratulations to Borat Sagdiev. Win number 2 on the season. And for everyone else on the West Division here that was putting on the exciting show for all of us to watch. This kicks off week number 7 of the Sigma Racing season. We do have 3 more races this week with ARCA tomorrow night, Cup Thursday night, and of course Bridge to Cup on Friday with the exclusive bonus race. So we actually do have 4 more races this week. The Sigma Elite Challenge with the open wheelers, given that I get all those paints done in time. So, but for that, folks, I got to get back to working on stuff at the house here, and we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Have a great night. Stay safe out there, everyone. And until next time, this is Jakester signing out.